Hello YouTube, my name is Nick, and today I'm coming back after another long break that I didn't want to take. I was very motivated after that last video, but I actually had good reason not to make one for a while. I got literally deathly ill, and I actually just had a nose surgery last Thursday. So I'm feeling a little better now, and I'm making my long overdue end of the year list. It took me a long time to acquire everything that I wanted. There was a couple things that came out at the end of the year that I wanted to buy to add to this list. And I didn't want to make a video that was not honest, I guess. So I waited till I had everything, and now I'm making it now. So let's get on it. I don't want to have too much of a sob story. I'm looking a little more scruffy than usual, but oh well. This is number 25. This is Exocrine with Ascension. This is some really kind of old school mixed with new school tech death. This is definitely for fans of, like, I'm hesitant to say Rings of Saturn, but because it's not as noodly and it's not really core at all. Very basic disc, but it has really amazing solos. I really like the tone of this album. It has a really unique drum sound, and the vocals are above average for the genre. A lot of tech death vocals don't tickle me right, but this is some excellent stuff. Amazing artwork. So yeah, 25, Exocrine with Ascension. This is number 24. I forgot to preface this, but some of the discs aren't in here because they're in my car, so that's why they're not in here. But number 24 is Imperium Throne with Chaos Born. Sorry if there's a little glare. Window is right there. So this is kind of hard to explain. This is kind of like symphonic Black Death mixed with really violent stuff. I think one of the guys from Annul in the Rock is somehow integrated into this band, and you can definitely hear it. It's extremely large, extremely bombastic. It's over 70 minutes long, I think. Really long songs. There's not a lack of songs either. I think this would be higher if it wasn't so long. I'm usually a fan of extremely long albums, but this one stays a little too long in my opinion, but it's still crushing and killer and sharp and deadly and amazing. Great artwork as well. This one definitely blew me away when I first heard it. So that's 24, Imperium Throne with Chaos Born. Number 23, this one just came out not too recently, and it took a little while to get here. This is a Gamma Sector with Nex Omne. This is a little hard to explain as well. This is kind of like somewhere in between, like, the first Infinite Annihilator album and down-tempo deathcore. Extremely slow and brutal and brooding at some points, and then there are some points, especially on the second half of the album, which are almost technical, fast, and aggressive. It's about 1 million guest appearances on here, and probably my favorite, honestly, was Duncan Bentley from Vulvodynia. His guest spot on here is super duper brutal, but this is over an hour long, so strap yourself in. I really like the colors and the artwork going on here. So super brutal, down-tempo, something or other, deathcore, with Gamma Sector with Nex Omne, 23. Next one would probably be higher up if I had more time to listen to it, but it just ended up where it did. But this is some great stuff. I talked about this earlier. This is a Tabernaculum by Rebirth of Nefast. The best way I can describe this is the first Ruins of Beverast album. It sounds pretty similar to that, at least to me. At some points, similar atmosphere at least, maybe not in production-wise. This is just some really dark, maybe more mid-tempo, atmospheric black metal, regular black metal. I'm pretty sure this is a one-man band as well. Again, a long album, 60, 70 minutes, somewhere in between there. Just amazing stuff. If you like old school black metal, you'll definitely like this. If you like new school, you'll probably like this even more. And there's a lot of spot gloss on this digipack. I think I showed it last time. Yeah, that's 22. Yeah, with Tabernaculum by Rebirth in the Fast. So it is number 21. Wrong one to fuck with, My Dying Fetus. Don't need to say much about this. I like this a lot more than I thought I would, honestly. I bought the vinyl of this as well. There's a couple of these that I have the vinyl of, but I'm just showing the CDs because it's way easier. Especially the way I have them all stacked and stuff. But I got the one that came with a knife, and the knife is super cool. I use it all the time. But yeah, turbo brutal, pretty technical. This is definitely my favorite Dying Fetus album, by far. So yeah, wrong one to fuck with. 21. Number 20. This one kind of took me by surprise. I didn't expect to like this as much as I did. This is the new Ascaris with Urn. They kind of missed the mark for me with Citadel, but this is a more than welcome return to their former sound. A lot more clean singing, a lot more smooth passages, which is what I like from Ascaris. Love this band. Portal of Eye is one of my favorite albums ever, and this is definitely an album. If you like that album and you didn't like Citadel, then you'll like this album again. So number 20 with Ascaris. Number 19. This one kind of took me by surprise as well. I'd never heard of this band. But this is Portals into Futility by Uznia, or Uznia, or however you say it. This is kind of like some atmospheric doom metal, maybe a little tiny bit of funeral doom. Amazing, delicious, full, heavy doom metal. Some clean singing. The vocals almost remind me a little bit of punk. It's kind of like a harsh yell, scream kind of thing. Kind of reminds me of Young and in the Way a little, just a little bit. This is really cool stuff. It's really unique sounding, extremely atmospheric. A little bit of Ahab here and there, but I don't want to compare every Doom band to Ahab, even though it's hard not to. But yeah, if you like Doom stuff, Doom of some variety, you'll like this. This is number 19, Uznia with Portals into Futility. Number 18, another one everyone should know. This is Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch. I'm a huge fan of this band. I actually got to see this performed live here in Ohio in its entirety. The only reason I think this isn't higher up on my list is because I really, really wish they could have got the CD version into one CD. That it's just hard for me to go from disc to disc if it's meant to be one piece. Like, it's a little different when it's vinyl, but CD, it just kind of irks me. But again, extremely emotional, slow, depressive, suicidal funeral doom, almost. Extremely slow, extremely emotional. Again, everyone knows it's like 80-something minutes. So yeah, that was what, 18 with Mirror Reaper by Bell Witch. This is number 17. This is one I don't remember if I talked about or not, but this is Dunes by Sutra. This is one of the greatest homages to old school tech death that I've come across in a long time. Extremely busy, very fast at times, almost a little thrashy, going back to the old school stuff. It's a pretty long album, so it's almost an hour, and there aren't that many songs on here. The song Stargazer, one of the best songs of the year. Definitely listen to this album if you have any interest in tech death whatsoever. Pretty DIY stuff. I'm pretty sure it's on a CDR. But yeah, artwork is awesome as well. So yeah, that was, what, 16, 17 by Sutra? Pretty sure that was 17. I don't have it written down anywhere, so I'm just trying to remember it. But this next one, I listened to a lot, and I'm still happy with it, but maybe not as much as I probably would have been. This is Renaissance and Extremist by Acricock. It's a little thrashier than I would have expected, but I'm still extremely pleased with this album. A grand return from one of my favorite bands of all time, and they never disappoint. They never have a bad album. They only know how to do high quality, classy, delicious, evil, blackened, death metal, progressive stuff, clean singing, whatever have. Just listen to this band if you haven't. It's one of the modern greats of our generation. Extremely influential band. Without them, a lot of bands wouldn't be where they are now. So yeah, that was, I think, 16. Yeah, 16. I'm taking a second to pause because I'm counting the albums. Okay. So, 15. This should be no surprise. This is another one everyone should know. This is Infrared Horizon by Artificial Brain. This one, the more I listen to it, the more I like it. I feel like if I listen to it another 10 times, it'd be way higher on my list. But it's just so intricate, and this is probably still my favorite artwork of the year so far. Well, probably my favorite album of the year artwork, because then the year's over. But forgive me if I have some verbal diarrhea, because I'm on some narcotics for my nose surgery prescription, of course. But this is extremely labyrinthian, like very confusing album, songwriting wise, instrumental wise, extremely guttural vocals. Can't understand a word they're saying. Don't even try, unless it's Floating in Delirium, the first 3 words of the album. Amazing album. Can't say enough good things about the band. Can't wait to see what they do next, and I think they can only get better. This next album I was very happy with. I also got to see this band live. Try to speed up a little bit. This is Unparalleled Universe by Origin. I got it all signed. I don't know if I have the signed booklet in here or not. But another return to form that I was very happy with. I didn't like their last album at all, really. This album was fantastic. The longest song in their discography is on this, Unequivocal. Not a fan of the cover, but, well, the cover song, I mean, the album artwork rules. Great album, technical, brutal, death metal of the highest caliber, big band, big label. Everyone knows them. Next we have, I think this is 13? This is Undulating Waves of Rainbiotic Iridescence by Gigan. I love Gigan, or Gigan, however you say it. Maybe it's regional how people say it. Psychedelic, acid-influenced, tech death, progressive death metal. Amazing songs. Hideous Wailing of the Renoan During Nightshade. Probably one of my top 5 songs of the year. Just so weird. Gives me the chills. I love this album so much. Can't get enough of it. I definitely recommend checking it out. Very underrated band. So that's Gigan with Undulating Waves of Rainbiotic Iridescence. Mouthful. Here's another mouthful. This is number 12. This is Tetragram with Primal Incinerations of Mortal Matrix. It's too bright, so I'm going to try to keep it off the screen because it's just a totally white album, essentially. Here's the disc. Extremely brutal, primate, noise, blackened death metal, war metal. I love this album. It's so brutal. I love the drums on this album. It's a little different than their last album, or their last EP, which got a lot of traction. This is extremely violent still, but it's a little more cleanly produced, dare I say. I listen to this all the time. If I had it longer, it would be higher up. But I just recently got it, because it took forever to ship for some reason. I'm not blaming anyone. It's just how it goes. But that was number 12 with Tetragramicide, Primal Incinerations of Mortal Matrix. And the last one for this video, this one definitely took me by surprise. I'd never heard of this band, and don't take the cover or the name by, don't judge them by it, because it's better than it seems. This is Aphonic Threnody with Of Loss and Grief. Very weird artwork, not typical. The name is a little generic, the album name. This is another one that's in my car, but this is funeral doom, atmospheric doom death of the highest caliber. I kept the hype sticker because I thought it was cool. But extremely long songs, extremely emotional. There's a couple guest appearances on here. There's a 20-minute song called Lies that is phenomenal, 10 out of 10 song. Can't say enough good things about this project. I don't know how many people are in it. It might be one man. Can't remember. Absolutely phenomenal. These guys have all the potential in the world to be ginormous. If you like Doom, again, of any sorts, listen to this album immediately. So that was number 11, and that's going to be the end of this video. I'm going to try to get 10 through 1 out here shortly. I'm going to upload this as soon as I can. Sorry if I look like a mess. Sorry if I sound different, because I actually can breathe through my nose now. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe you found something that you didn't know before. Doubt it. But I'll see you in the next video. Mwah. Expect it soon.